Welcome everyone. So today we'll be learning about the Unit 1 combinatorics, and our first lesson will be about the multiplication and addition principles. So we'll be going through some topics in the QCAA Specialist Mathematics syllabus, and welcome to Year 11. So the learning objectives here are, by the end of this video, hopefully you'll be able to apply the addition principle and the multiplication principle to counting problems, be able to distinguish between either slash or and slash then situations, okay? And explain your choice of the counting principles that you use for these problems, okay? So essentially, the main concept in this lesson is understanding that whenever we have an either slash or in our scenario, that means that we have mutually exclusive events, okay? That basically means that they cannot happen at the same time. Okay, so you either choose one or the other, okay? And we use our addition principle, okay, which basically just very self-explanatory. We just add our numbers together that we have, okay? So whether that's probabilities or choices, whatever it is, we just add those two different or multiple different combinations together. Now, for our and slash then, if we see that in our scenario, that basically means that we have sequential events. Okay, so that basically means that they have to happen at the same time. So they basically happen one after the other. Okay, so we would use the multiplication principle for that. So again, it's like addition principle, except instead of adding, we're going to multiply those combinations together. So let's have a look at some examples. So section A is about really understanding the language of that. So for each situation below, state whether the addition principle or multiplication principle should be used and give a brief reason. Okay, so for question 1A, choosing a math subject or a science subject, well, we need to be using the addition principle, okay? Because these are mutually exclusive events. So you can't do both. You can't do both maths and science. It needs to be maths or science, okay? So these are mutually exclusive choices, okay? And so that would be it, right? Choosing a shirt and a pair of pants, okay? This would be multiplication principle, okay? Because these are sequential decisions. All right. Traveling to school by bus or train, okay? I can't do both, so I'll just do the addition principle, all right? And creating a username using a letter followed by a digit, well, I need to be doing multiplication principle because, again, these are in a sequence. They need to happen at the same time or simultaneously. Okay, cool. Now let's apply some of these into the maths. So section B is really about the addition principle. So question 2, a student can choose to study 3 different math subjects or, keyword there, or 4 different science subjects. How many different subjects could the student choose from? Okay, so if we use the addition principle, we just do 3 plus 4 equals 7. Okay, but I guess a way to see that is, imagine we have 3 different math subjects, right? So let's say math 1, math 2, math 3. Okay, I'll just do commas to show that we have different subjects, right? Or we can either study one of 4 different science subjects. Okay, and this is assuming that we can only study one subject, right? So how many different subjects could the student choose from, right? We have 1, 2, 3 math subjects, 4, 5, 6, 7 subjects in total to choose from. Okay, so that's why we would add these 2 numbers together. Same thing for question 3. Okay, a cafe sells 5 types of sandwiches or 3 types of salads. Okay, so imagine you're at a cafe, you want to buy something for yourself, just one thing. If you have 5 different sandwiches on the counter or 3 different types of salads, okay, how many different lunch options are available? Very easy, because we have our or statement, we can only have one or the other. Okay, so that would be 5 plus 3 equals 8 different lunch options available. So now section C, onto the multiplication principle. A password consists of 1 letter followed by 1 digit. If there are 26 letters and 10 digits, how many different passwords are possible? Well, in this case, we need to be using our multiplication principle, so multiplying. So imagine we have the first character as a letter, right? So this is our letter, and then the next character is a digit. Okay, we have 26 possible letters, right? Times, because we need to be using both the letter and the digit at the same time, sequentially, times the 10 possible digits, we get 260 different passwords that are possible. Okay, so again, if you want to visualize that and sort of understand why we multiply instead of add, imagine, right? So 26 letters from A to Z, right? So let's choose the first letter, A, right? So if we choose our letter A, then the digits from the 10 different digits might be A0, A1, A2, ... keep going on until A9. Okay, so that in total has 10 different combinations or 10 different passwords that are possible. However, we have 26 letters, and so if we continue on with B, C, all the way to Z, right, but we still use those digits B0, B1, B2, all the way to B9, and then same for all the way through the alphabet, then we have basically 26 lots of letters, and then each letter we have 10 different combinations. So that's why we're multiplying, okay, to get our answer. Question 5, an outfit consists of 4 different shirts and 3 different pairs of pants. Okay, that and indicates to me I need to be using the multiplication principle, because I'm being asked, well, how many different outfits are possible? So an outfit needs to have both a shirt and a pant and pants. So we would do 4 times 3 equals 12 different outfits that are possible. Section D, distinguishing between and multiply. So a student can catch a bus which has 2 routes, or catch a train which has 3 routes. How many different ways can the student travel to school? Okay, again, because I have my or, I need to be using my addition. Right? These are mutually exclusive events. Okay, it's either I catch the bus, and then we have 2 routes there, or we catch a train, which has 3 routes. So 2 plus 3 equals 5. All right, so those are 5 different ways the student can travel to school. Question 7, a student chooses one of 3 textbooks and one of 2 calculators. Okay, so imagine we have again these characters, right? We have our textbooks and we have our calculators, right? So I have 3 possible textbooks, and so I'm going to be multiplying my multiplication principle, 2 possible calculators. That's going to give me 6 different selections that are possible. So section E, about mixed scenarios. So question 8, a menu offers 3 starters, 4 main meals, and 2 desserts. How many different full meals are possible? And part B asks which counting principle is used. So we can answer part B and say it's multiplication counting principle, because we have the word and you know the menu, we can safely assume that we're going to have starters and main meals and desserts. So they're not going to be mutually exclusive, they're going to be sequential, and they're going to happen simultaneously, one after the other. Okay, and so in that case we would just multiply our numbers. So 3 times 4 times 2, so that's equal to 12 times 2, and that's equal to 24. All right, different full meals that are possible. Section F asks about common mistakes. So a student claims there are 3 shirts and 4 pairs of pants, so there are 7 possible outfits. Is this statement correct? No. And you have to explain the error as well. So we can say that the student used addition principle, but outfits need both shirts and pants. So you need to multiply, right, using the multiplication principle for these sequential options. So we would do 3 times 4 equals 12 possible outfits. Okay, now section G, checking our understanding and a summary. So for each situation, state whether you would add or multiply. Option A is choosing tea or coffee. All right, so that would be the addition principle, because we have the word or in it. Okay, so it's either or, right? They're mutually exclusive. We can't do both. Choosing a starter, main, and dessert, just like a previous question that we did, we have and so we have to multiply because these are sequential. Choosing a red pen or a blue pen, so we would add because they are mutually exclusive. And option D, part D, creating a code using 2 digits. So this is sequential. Okay, we need to be using a digit first and then a second digit simultaneously as our code. So we would multiply. Okay, so just a summary, reminder, use the addition principle for mutually exclusive choices and the multiplication principle for sequential choices. Okay, so that's all you really need to know for this topic, and I hope this helps.